All right. Let's talk about the college football rankings. Michigan jumps Michigan State after they lost to Purdue, which that was a really, really bad loss for Michigan State. Really bad loss. Everybody called that loss, though. Everybody said they was going to lose to Purdue. They was going to lose to Purdue. They was going to lose to Purdue. Everybody said that. I didn't believe it. I know Purdue had been playing tough. Purdue is ranked 19 in college football playoffs. They are 7-2. No, my bad. They are 6-3. So they must be on the up and up. Last time I seen Purdue doing pretty well was in the Drew Brees days when he was making runs to the Rose Bowl. I think they won the Rose Bowl. She was in like the 90s. What did so the list right here. Georgia 1, Alabama 2. A lot of people got a problem with Alabama being 2. And I agree. Even though, in past they deserve the benefit of the doubt, but it's about the here and now. Oregon number 3, Ohio State number 4. And the thing about it, Ohio State and Michigan State control their own destiny. Okay, and Ohio State could beat Michigan State, or Michigan State could lose to one more game, Maryland, Penn State, Ohio State, obviously. Then Michigan will control their own destiny. So, I mean, you look, Oklahoma fans crying. The thing about the committee and taking the computers out of it is that it's the eye test, and Oklahoma hasn't looked good all year. And then really Oklahoma controls their own destiny as well, too, because if they can beat Oklahoma State, they could beat Baylor, who, are probably all ranked. Baylor 13th in this poll. Oklahoma State was just undefeated. They number 10 in this poll. So if they could beat both of them, can at least by 3 points, I think they're going to get in and win I think the Big 12 got a championship. They ain't always used to have a championship. Remember, it was the Big 8, I believe. They can do it, man. I think they can. And like I said before, Penn State could beat Michigan. Look, the perfect scenario for Michigan, if Penn State could beat Michigan State and Ohio State could beat Michigan, maybe Ohio State and Michigan both can get in. Who knows? But, at the end of the day, Michigan State still hold the keys to their own destiny, and that's the most important thing. And also, what helps them as well, too, they really, to me, got the Heisman front runner. That's the honest truth. Like I said before, man, it's interesting. This is exactly what we need around here. Michigan State, Michigan still could be still being in it, because right now, man, we just, the rings are starting to come up. They're gonna be a playoff team early to tell. The wings starting to come up, and the Pistons, man, they really not giving us much right now. At least when if K can also hit his stride at some point, he started playing well. Obviously, they played Houston Rockets today. The whole Jalen Green, just like against Detroit, they have Houston today. Maybe they could provide something, but this is needed. But then you got Michigan State, who played yesterday versus they played versus they played Kansas, and they came up short last night. So Michigan kick off today. Michigan football kick off today. So basketball, man. So, hopefully we got some other things to talk about. But Michigan State losing to Purdue, like my wife Lindsay say, you behind the 8 ball. That's what he said, you don't get the benefit of that like Michigan, Ohio State. You can't lose games like that. And the game it wasn't as competitive as the score made it look, like he said. And I thought when they scored that last touchdown before the half and they went for 2, they went for it on 4th down. I'm thinking to myself, they won this game. I get to Grand Tavern, and which is a good restaurant. They service was slow on the kitchen was backed up in Farmington Hills, but the food still was hot and good, so I can't really complain. But I was there watching it, and sheesh, and ultimately, man, it wasn't close. So whatever reason it was a hangover of Michigan, so be it. But now they still control their own destiny in the Big Ten. Now they got a steep test, you lose to Oregon, or Penn State playing with nothing to lose. They could be losing their coach, so James Franklin could be ended up going to USC or Penn State, and like he lost that locker room, so that should be a win. I think Maryland may be more dangerous than Penn State. But those teams ain't got nothing to play for but bowl games, and they dangerous. But ultimately, Ohio State is going to be the big one. That's kind of where we at with Ohio State is going to be the big one. That's going to be the big one. That's the one we're going to look at and be like, we're going to tune in. Also, they still can get it. They still can be in the Big Ten championship. In Michigan, they beat if Ohio State beat them and Michigan beat Ohio State, who knows? But you are going by conference records, and Ohio State is undefeated in conference play. But Michigan State, they control their own destiny. But no, it don't matter because they got to the last game of the season or the Ohio State game. It's best that you lose early. You know what I'm saying? It's best that you lose non-conference, but it's best if you lose early. Let's be real. So, they can still concentrate. They got a hell of a schedule. People can say, look, they did Michigan when they on, but like I said, Ohio State, they ain't as good as they ain't as good as they usually are because of the quarterback position, and maybe they correct that and maybe get more experience this year, and we could change that. You could change that narrative, but we will see. But Michigan State can't afford no more slip ups. Not a one, not a two, none. It's better losing now than losing the Big Ten championship game, and so for them, but I got a problem with Michigan being in front of them. It is what it is. The rankings don't tell you that Michigan State control their own destiny, so it don't really matter. Oklahoma control their own destiny. Notre Dame probably not so much. See what Notre Dame play. So yeah, they got Virginia, Georgia Tech, Stanford. So they don't control their own destiny, honestly, unless people lose in front of them. But Oklahoma State can control their own destiny. Texas A&M, maybe. Wake Forest, maybe not so much because of their conference. But Oklahoma State, they control their own destiny right now. And anybody gonna leapfrog over Cincinnati, don't matter. They didn't look good versus Tulsa last week, so they end out with SMU, who was pretty good all year. Then they slipped up and lost. So yeah, they lost twice now. And at one point they hadn't lost. They bought the back loss to Houston and Memphis, so that hurt Cincinnati with them losses. They would have had a ranked opponent, and like I said, I think Cincinnati gonna be on the outside looking in anyway. That's where they moving to. Whether they moving to the Big 10 or the Big 12, whatever. But they on the outside looking in, and that's gonna hurt them. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Despite Michigan State being behind Michigan, they control their own destiny. Michigan don't, unless Michigan State slip up. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Check the College Sports playlist out. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you have a business question, inquiry, response to video request. All my social media links in the description. Twitter's the fastest way, and Facebook and Instagram. All the links in the description. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Best way to donate: thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button, hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications, go live, drop a video. Check out the College Sports playlist. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.